Hello, how do I filter stocks for strong uptrend pattern? Well, when you find a stock, for instance, or when you are creating your watch list of stocks that you can swing trade from, you can set a certain number of filters that you like to go with. So you want uptrend pattern, you want up growth stocks. That's what I understand by that. What I like to do is first pick a stock capitalization, and I like to go with large cap as a beginner swing trader. But you can pick small uh, um, cap or middle cap, but it's good to start with large cap. So pick, know that stock's market capitalization, and depend on the one you are looking for, you can use that to filter the stock as well if you met that requirement of yours. So you want to make sure the stocks is sold on New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. So pretty much you are looking for good stocks. So you can eliminate stocks that didn't meet that criteria. And if it's an LLC or a partnership, you want to eliminate it as well. You want a corporation, and you don't want international company. Usually their entity, their name end with SA or AJ. Again, it's just to um, stay with corporation. Does not mean that you are not going to trade some companies that are international companies, but as long as they met the above criteria for you, that's fine. So I like to eliminate companies that end with SA and AJ. Keep in mind that international company you will pay foreign tax, but it's deductible on your 1040. So, and the next is you want to make sure it's not a brand new company, so that way you can have multiple years of trials to see if there is a repeatable pattern in that pattern behavior that you can rely on for your buying and selling decision based on long up to long swing trading strategy that we use to swing trade. I like those stocks that went public or have been public for at least 15 years. So some younger company may that meet that requirement, but later might meet it. So that means often it's good to revise your list to see company that you eliminate or didn't pass this criteria that you want to put back in your list. So unless there is a company that you like, that you want to make exception for, and that is fine as well, as long as it's close to this range that you can work with, that's fine. So otherwise you proceed with caution, buying one share, which you are going to do the first year anyway to stretch your money and test those stocks that you are funding that met those criteria. To test them, to have enough money to be able to test them, you can buy one share of each and see which one you have good result with. And once you are going to buy it again, you can buy more than one share so that you can multiply the profit you made originally in that first purchase. So the next filter you will use is to put it through to analyze the chart using maximum monthly chart. So that way you can see the overall chart of that company stock to see if it's a growth stock, if it's uptrending. And pretty much what you are looking for is you want to see the the bottom of the chart to have growth and the top of the chart to have growth. So you want higher lows at the bottom of the chart and you want higher highs at the top of the chart. So that shows that the valley is growing up and the top of the mountain is growing up. Some stocks, the valley could be growing up, but the top may not be growing up. So that means each time it reach all-time new high, it will be just a little bit higher than the previous one. So you are not going to see much growth at the top. Just be aware of that. You want to see good growth at the top and good growth at the bottom, showing that the chart is moving both way, is moving uh, upward. So, and then those are the one you keep in your stock, so in your list. So they could be growth and dip, and they could be upward. You'll have both, so that you can have a mix of both to work with. And from that point, you'll start analyzing them until when you find one that is well set for you to buy, you will buy based on option and swing strategy that we used. That's how I filter stocks to find uptrend um, stocks that I have in my watch list. We are going to analyze MO today as of January 27, 2026, and we have our maximum daily chart and think of swim platform open here, but we do have a stocks there already. That let's take a look at it. When you are looking at these stocks, you will see that the higher lows is it has a higher lows at the bottom of the chart, which makes the valley line that we trace the support line passing by the valley of the chart or of the mountain to be tilted upward, so uptrending. And you can see the top of the mountain getting taller and taller. So we have an a higher growth at the top of the mountain, and we have, which is like higher highs, and then we have higher lows. This pretty much, this low is higher than this one and type of thing. So by connecting those, you'll have that oblique line. When we go to maximum monthly chart, you can see it. So I like to see those type of growth, and because this growth is quite sharp, that makes me think, is it going to come back down here at some point? So what I like to do is count the number of years that this growth has been going on to see if this could be the new valley. But when it's tilted like that, I like to feel like there is a chance it could come back down. But we have the date on the x-axis from the past to the present, and the price on the y-axis from 0 up. So when I count, because those dotted line are years, we have 2026 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has been following this for 6 years. So, and here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So but then here we have 2. So again, I'm not sure if it's going to come down here, but at the same time I feel like it could come down here. So when you have a situation like this, not knowing for sure, when you pull back, because right now it's still climbing up the mountain, when it's somewhere here, you could make a purchase. If it does not go up from there, it comes back down to maybe somewhere here, and you think that's where it's going to remain, you can buy again. Or if it comes down here, you can buy again. The thing is, you know by making those decisions that you are going to be negative in those purchases for the time. It's going to come back down and start going up, but knowing that this stocks is not going anywhere, that's why we want stocks that has been around for at least 15 years ago. We know that we'll be negative in it for a while, and we are okay with it. And then when it start going up and surpass where we purchased, we'll start seeing a positive. But at the same time, we know that we didn't miss an entry into this by waiting too long. If it's just going to go up from here, then we might miss it. Does that make sense if you do not buy? But again, by making that decision, if you pull back, then you'll be stuck in it for a while. So it's just that you are going to try to make a good decision. Does not necessarily mean it's going to lead to a good outcome, but we can only try to evaluate the different decisions in front of us and make the one we think is a good one that hopefully will lead to a good outcome. But whether it's going to lead to that good outcome or not is another story. So that's why I'm okay making the purchase, knowing that there is a chance it might come down here. That's why I color this line to be my entry point, and I can, buy one share here. If it comes down here, I can buy one share. If it does not come down here and start going up from there, then I know that I didn't miss it. If it comes down here, then I know that I got stuck in it. I'll be negative in it, but I could buy again here, and then I learned from it that this is not the valid line. This it is. So next time I'm going to buy these stocks again, I know that I'm going to be waiting to buy at this value line, because this is the mountain is claiming, and it could claim it for 6 years or whatever longer it claimed it before it pulled back here. So therefore, my best bet will be to buy around this line, and knowing that when I buy it there, I will be hold on to it for the number of years it claimed the mountain in the past, if it's going to repeat that pattern. So that is the way I analyze those stocks and make my buying decision. When we are looking at it right now, we see a narrow there stating that we bought it. So we bought it in 2025 here, and I have not sold it yet. So I should be thinking about, is it the time to sell it? By looking at it though, frankly, I don't know. I don't want to sell it too quickly, but again, I don't want to stay in it too long either. The good news is, if I don't sell it and it pull back down here, I will still be positive in this purchase, because since the line is tilted up, the corresponding price to this purchase is somewhere here, and the line is, well above that level. I will lose this growth, but if it pull back to this line and start going up from there, I will still be positive. If it pull back to it and go lower, then I will be negative in this purchase, and I will learn from it as well. Alternatively, I could sell it and lock in this profit. What I'm looking for though is it, like for instance, when it touched base with this was in October, and it reached this high point in April, and then pull back in August, and then reach all-time high in December, pull back a little bit, went again February, and pull back. So here it pulled back in March, when here it was in August, and here was in November, here was in March, as much as here. So March, somewhere here, and pretty much it has those growth close to it, and pretty much reach all-time high in August. So does that mean it's going to continue this growth all the way to August? I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, I could sell it and lock it in, and if it continue going higher up from there, I will be fine with it, knowing that, well, I sold it too early. So because I can calculate the number of months as well from here, which is no, October to here, March, is about 5 months. From August to February will be about 6 months. From March to pretty much what it is now, which is January. How many months is that? So 10 months. So there is now quite a bit of a good pattern that I can rely on there, knowing that it's in my best interest to just sell it. Right now it's pulling a little bit below. It's still around that area, but you know, that is just those things you can take into consideration. Additionally, since it's like a hotel, and a lot of time in spring college students have trip, then you can see around, you know, a spring, which will be pretty much here. We have this drop in March, so again, selling it by February will be a good thing, and we are at the end of January already. So you know, that is just, you don't know for sure, and we are not trying to time it precisely. We just want to make sure we don't exit too early, and and learn from our experience without overstaying and without getting in too early and without overstaying in the trade either. So let's move to MO, since it is the stocks of the day. If it is you that purchase MAR where we purchase it, will you sell it where it is right now? Will you please share your opinion with us in the comment section of this video? When we are looking at MO, is it a buy? The answer is no, it's not a buy. Why? Because we have this value line we like to buy at, and right now is not close to it. So therefore it is not a buy. Yesterday the price closed on green. That means the price at the end of the day was higher than the price in the morning when the markets open. So we can go to maximum monthly chart and look at it. So do you see it's respecting this line? And all-time highest is so far in the past that it has not reached it yet. And if we will purchase this stock, I would rather wait to buy it at this line. And this will be considered an investment type of stocks, in the sense that it's not, I'm not seeing a good growth in it. Yes, I purchased it in the past. I have an arrow there where I sold it. But if I'm going to buy it again, in fact, where I sold it, I shouldn't have sold it, considering it went up there. But again, I didn't buy it for swing trading purposes. I purchased it for dividend income purposes. So I sold it to liquidate that money and swing trade with it. So now that I have it in my swing trading stocks watch list, if I will buy it, I will prefer to wait and buy at this value line, because it seems to be the line that it does not cross going below. So this is the value line, but I like to sell it when it reach all-time highest price, and it has not reached it yet. So if I'm going to buy it again, I would prefer to wait and buy at this value line. And this will be more like an investment type of stocks, in the sense that it will take me years before it exceeds for me to sell it, if I want to go with that, you know, analogy, unless I want to work with previous peaks than is overcoming and sell it there. That's one way too. But yeah, and this I will move it from this list to our investment list, so that, because again, for those stocks that show all-time high this far in the past are now stocks that show me a good growth that I can buy and sell quickly. So therefore, I like to consider them, not eliminating them completely from my list, but consider them as an investment type of stocks that I'm going to swing through the same way, but knowing that I'm going to be holding on to them longer. So when you look at MAR before, this growth was not this far in the past. So what I like to look for is stocks that all-time highest is like in the previous year, in the within the previous year is great, and I like to see yeah, so I like to pretty much see a a good growth that is show like 2 years of growth, climbing the mountain higher and higher, you know, and 1 year to reach the valley, 2 years to reach all-time highest price, 1 year to reach the bottom type of stocks. That way I'm seeing that it has good growth in it, and that is what I'm looking for in a stocks. And this type of stocks in the past, I would say no to it, to swing trading. But moving forward, I like to keep them in my investment list, you know, and work with it there instead. So for the time being, it's not a buy today. So thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you for your time. Thank you for all your comments, and we thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi, Liberman Consulting L.L.C. YouTube channel, and ninasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. The way we analyze those two stocks is the way we do our chart analysis. If you like our strategy and would like to practice analyzing stocks and receive feedback, will you please either the check the link in the description of this video, or visit our online store liberdownload.com for our small group online workshop and reserve a spot. For more videos in this series, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video, how to start swing trading step by step using a long uptrend line. And we do have other playlists related to swing trading videos as well. Thank you so much for your time. Happy swing trading.